Well, a new report accuses Planned Parenthood of lies, corruption, and scandal. Now it's made its way to Capitol Hill. Our Jason Calvi is there with the story tonight and the group behind the project. Jason?
Hey, Brian, the group putting out the report calls it explosive. Live Action, they're best known for their undercover investigations into Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry. And after 6 years of these investigations, they put all their research into one document. And today, they're sharing that document with every member of Congress. Take a look at one of Live Action's undercover videos.
It doesn't even look like a baby yet.
It doesn't.
We've documented the rampant sexual abuse cover-up, institutional nationwide sexual abuse cover-up of minor girls, even the willingness to aid and abet sex trafficking.
And today, Live Action President Lila Rose and others take 6 years of research to the halls of Congress.
This is a bipartisan. So we're approaching both Democrats and Republicans because they both need to know, and independents, they all need to know the truth about the abortion industry and where this government money is going.
The group is urging Congress and the states to stop funding Planned Parenthood.
$500 million, over $500 million, almost over half of Planned Parenthood's entire budget. And this is an organization which has been criminally investigated, which has been sued, which has been exposed time and time again.
Planned Parenthood has said the videos do not accurately portray what happened. And some pro-lifers have raised issues with Live Action's tactics.
I entirely praise Live Action's goals, but the main issue, and I think this is deeply troubling, is simply the fact that Jesus never tempted people to commit or participate in grave evil in order that the greater good could be done.
But Rose responds,
this is not only a business, this is a tax-funded organization, corporation, committing what we see as the greatest human rights abuse of the day, killing the child when they're the weakest and the most vulnerable. They're hidden from the public's view, and it's up to us, because no one else is doing this work, to expose it.
And the investigations continue for Live Action. They tell me right now they're in the midst of finishing up their latest investigation. They won't tell me the topic, but they do say it'll be out in the coming weeks. Brian?
Look forward to that. Thank you, Jason. We're joined by Alison Howard of Concerned Women for America and Anna Franzonello of Americans United for Life. How do you think that members of Congress will receive this report?
I hope they received it with open arms. You know, if a report like this was done for Walmart or for Best Buy, people would be up in arms. But it's really revealing the hypocrisy of the left and the media here. This report showed what Planned Parenthood fears. They paint a really rosy picture of their services and what they provide to women. And this report showed not only instances of child abuse, but aiding and abetting sex traffickers. This report talked about the inherent racism of their practices and also very serious crimes that have gone unreported, including rape that went unreported in places like Arizona that led to more. So I hope they've received it and looked through it just like we did today. It's shocking.
It's a pretty bold move on the part of Live Action. Do you think this will cross party lines here, Anna?
It will a little bit, but unfortunately we do see somewhat of a bias. And, you know, like Alison said, we hope that Congress will give this a fair reading, a fair shake. But we know that there are members who are, you know, on Planned Parenthood's payroll, essentially. And that, you know, but we do have a number of strong Republicans and Democrats who have looked at Planned Parenthood in the past, and I think will receive this report the way that we hope that they will, and look towards actions that Congress can take against this big abortion industry.
Is there anything new in the report, or is it a compilation of other results of these investigations that have been ongoing?
Sure. Live Action's been doing a great job at highlighting kind of what's going on behind the scenes here. This is just a compilation of what they've been doing in the past 6 years and presents it in a very easy to read way so that anyone on any level can understand the corruption and the indecency and the crime that's happening here. And I just need to make this point that the same people who are saying that there is an inherent hostile environment for women, that pushed equal pay for equal work, which already is law of the land, refuse to look at this hostile environment, where we have women coming out of the trenches of Planned Parenthood and waving the white flag and saying, look over here. And they look away. They're saying, look over here. Girls are not being helped that are stuck in prostitution or sex trafficking, and they are looking away. And so I think that Live Action calling on Congress to halt and suspend the $500 million of taxpayer money they receive is a brilliant idea, and I think it's the only fair and just thing to do at this point.
Alison, you You and Anna and even Lila Rose of Live Action, you are young women of childbearing years. Aren't you and your peers really the target of this organization?
Yeah, I mean, I was on every flyer that they sent out during the last election. I fit that demographic that Planned Parenthood thinks is their supporters and who they're looking to get in their doors. But I mean, ironically enough, they really aren't the defenders of women that they say that they are, and that the mainstream media has let them get away with. You see women like Alison, myself, Lila, like you mentioned, who don't believe in what Planned Parenthood is trying to sell us.
And you're young, you're attractive, you're smart. Hopefully, young women will hear the message from you.
Absolutely. I really think that this is starting a good conversation, that our youth, us growing up, we might not have heard about abortion, we might not have heard about what is actually happening, but I think now grown-ups, young people alike are having to look at what's really happening in utero and what really is best for women and children. And so we thank Live Action and thank you guys for covering it. The real issue is whether the rest of the networks will cover this as well.
Right.
Well, we'll continue to cover it. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.